Good evening and welcome to the Father Kenneth A. Bray Athletic Center here in the lower gym. ILH opener here. Iolani going to take on Punahou. My name's Carter Wetchy. I'm joined alongside by Mike Among. This is round 2 for us, but round 1 in the ILH for both of these teams. You excited for it? You excited for this?
Yeah, this is this is when it counts, right? It starts counting towards the seeding in that second round tournament. All these first round matches, and they're going to see each other at least 3 times in that round. They're still early right now. It's still early in regular season. Well, very early. It's the first game, obviously. Interesting. We'll see some interesting things tonight after talking to both coaches. Some by necessity with injury, and then others just kind of fiddling with the lineup. But we'll talk about that more later.
So the first time that these two teams met, that was back, was that 2 weeks ago? The Saturday of Ankang, day 3 of 3. These two met in the quarterfinal round. Punahou finished second in Pool B, where the Raiders finished third in Pool A. That game went to 3 sets. They played best of 3 at Ankang. Iolani took the first 25-21. Punahou took the second 25-18, and Iolani came from behind in that third set and won 16-14. Punahou, I misspoke earlier, they actually played a game before this. They started their ILH play on August 28th against Les Jardins. They swept the Bulldogs in 3, 25-10, 25-17, 25-10. So this year, the D1, D2 crossover again.
Right.
So every team, all the D1 teams are going to get to play Les Jardins once, University Lab, and then HBA as well. And then they'll play the other 3 D1 teams 3 times in the regular season, giving them a total of 12 games. 3 games a week, comes out to about 3 games a week.
I've heard varying degrees of liking that versus not liking that. Some of the coaches in the league, I'm not going to name names, but some of the coaches in the league would rather just keep it separate and play the D1 teams. And then others are, okay, let's play those extra matches. Maybe that's time to get some subs in, or you try different things. But I think from just an outsider's perspective, I think it's good for those D2 teams to play the higher caliber teams. Then they can kind of test themselves and see, okay, how far away are we? What do we need to work on against an elite team? So there's give and take both ways.
A game against the Bulldogs, the Buffanblu able to get all members of their team into the game.
Yeah.
They're running some 6-2s, I saw that. They're changing out their hitters. Kyle Miyamoto in the middle with his public address announcement. Then he'll go back to his regularly scheduled duties as an assistant coach.
Yeah. Taking stats and coaching on the bench. Making sure the gym is set up properly. Goodness. I'm sure he relies on the other athletic department people. What a valuable office that is. Kenny Chu and NTD, Arita. They really run that department. The 3 athletic directors, they just think they run it, but it's truly the other 3.
You can't forget about Stu, who retired, but
still
he comes
working.
in and
yes,
he helps us wax this floor, get it all ready.
Tsunami, yes, retired, but still giving back, which happens quite a bit with retirees at this place. You always see them at least a couple of years later coming back and
getting put as substitute teachers or whatever else that may be.
Yeah.
Punahou starters being announced. A couple changes from the last time these two teams met. In the middle, Zoe Keeney, who didn't play in that first matchup, and Evelyn Kilisi, both are going to be in the middle. The 2 outside, same as last time, Kealoha Cox and Shu Takimoto. Setter, McKenna Mello. They're opposite. going to be Pua Saole. We saw her in the middle of that matchup. And their libero, who I can't even count. I think on two hands we couldn't count how many digs she made in that first game. Jordan Wong will be donning that libero jersey for the Buffanblu.
Yeah, that injury I was talking about earlier is to Shea Tachibana, an ankle injury that's going to hold her out kind of indefinitely. It's kind of, I guess, one of those day-to-day things. And so, Coach Ahuna said they focused on blocking, trying to make sure their blocking was solid against this Iolani offense. And also the ball handling, the volleyball 101, back to the serve receive, and making sure that they can run a decent offense or solid offense against the Raiders.
Raiders going with the same starting lineup as the last time they met. Two middles, El Arsenault, Anara Reed Gillette. Two outsides, Georgie Lee, Poema Kalama Kingma, Bailey Nakanilua starting as setter. Opposite, Taimane Ainu'u, libero Maddox Taniguchi. Down the road from us, Mid-Pacific, Kamehameha. They're starting their ILH season today as well.
Lots of smiles to begin this first match for the Raiders. Same thing on the Punahou side. I mean, Coach Kainoa is cracking a smile over there.
Just as we said, Coach Kyle has the iPad on his hand.
There he is.
It's all strapped up and ready to go. Notice that little wrist strap he has on that iPad case.
And he provides some amazing stats for us. He helps us out. He gives us the stats that he takes, and it's comprehensive.
He also was kind enough to send out a questionnaire to all these girls, and hopefully we'll have some time to get to that during this broadcast. We're just about to get underway here in the lower gym. Bailey Nakanilua, one of two seniors on this Raider team, to serve. Gets it over, Cox with the first ball. Middle set, kept alive. And out on the left, into that emu pit, gets kill number one.
Smart roll shot by Ainu'u. She was behind or under the ball on that. Didn't really have time to get into her full approach. Just kept it in play right into that emu pit.
Sakamoto with the first pass this time. Left side, Cox blocked back. And off of Buffanblu and down. Georgie Lee, El Arsenault.
El Arsenault with her trademark celebration after a block.
Right side, Lee. That is blocked. Right back at her.
Cox says, hey, you got me once, I'm going to get you once. I like that. And then she gave out a big roar on the Punahou side.
Cox goes back to the service line. El tracks it down. Third ball can't be returned. Arsenault and Nakanilua both full head of steam.
Arsenault kind of laughing that off there, but that was a little dangerous. Too dangerous for me early in the season.
Left side, Ainu'u with the swing, dug up by Mello. Left side, Takemoto looking for high hands. Not gonna get it.
No, one line's been called.
Didn't get the touch.
It did appear to slow down a little bit off the high fingertips. What a dig by McKenna Mello down the line.
3 serving 2. Cut at the net. Lee will bump this over to Ainu. That's tight as well. And the momentum took her into the net. Buffanblu with 4 in a row.
They're targeting Taimani Ainu on this. Cox is targeting her on this serve. Taimani's got to just settle down. She's a good passer. Just got to get into a groove here.
Back set right side. Lee powers that through the block. Georgie Lee goes back behind the service line, 3 serving 4. Mellow left side, Takimoto, dug up by Lee. Bailey goes outside to Poema, slowed down. Right side, Saole, over the block, in front of the baseline and down.
Tough swing, and the ball coming kind of over her shoulder, over her head. Still able to get a step close and a nice high reach. Found a puka in the block.
Erin Lee gonna check in to serve for Evelyn Kilisi. In comes Zoe Keeney into that middle. Left side, Kalama Kingma slowed down by the block. Lee got a touch, but went into the net after that.
Raiders rotate into arguably their best front row lineup here with Reed Gillette and Kalama Kingma, as well as Ainu'u.
Their biggest one as well. Back set right side. The swing from Saole. Gets the kill off the touch.
That time, Kalama Kingma was kind of pinched in towards the middle of the court, trying to help with the 6'3" Keeney. And left Saole on the backside, kind of wide open.
Cameron Shigimasa checks in. She'll serve for Saole. This will be free balled over. Buffanblu on the attack. Mello goes to Keeney, trying to work the slide. She got it blocked back. Was able to avoid the ball on the coming down.
Raiders passing crew has to kind of steady themselves out here, give Nakanilua easier ball to set and run her offense. There you go.
Middle set, Reed Gillette.
With Reed Gillette being in the front row on that rotation with Ainu'u and Kalama Kingma, she's going to find some openings because you cannot leave those two alone.
Wong with the bump set over to Takimoto. Roll shot tight at the net. Middle set, Nakanilua goes to Reed Gillette.
I like that jump set by Nakanilua. Jumped up, almost looked like she was going to turn and attack it or dump it over. Kind of made Keeney guess on that, and her blocking timing was off for Reed Gillette.
Mellow middle set, Reed Gillette put down. Did you count that as a kill or a block?
That's a block, probably. Keeney at 6'3" is so easy a target to find for Mello.
Mello tried to push it over with the left. Missed it long.
So here, Mello forced into a 5-1, and the Iolani blockers can kind of take advantage. And
a block covered by the Buffanblu.
With only 2 hitters on that side.
Nakanilua left side, Kalama Kingma falling away from the net, able to get it through the block and down.
Nakanilua apologizing to Kalama Kingma for that set. It's kind of sailed over her net, over her head towards the antenna, but Kalama Kingma still able to use the block.
9 serving 7. Ainu still on her run. It extends it by one more. 10 serving 7 now. The last 6 go in favor of the Raiders. Coach Tita Ohuna will call timeout number 1 here in the first set. Raiders up by 3. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the switch into the 5-1 and having Melo in the front row is affecting Punahou right now, and you see this run happen as soon as they rotated into the front row setter. And Iolani also in their 5-1, but I think Bailey Nakanilua is a little more comfortable running that. She did it all last season. And then you got to credit Taimane Ainuu with a great serving, attacking. I think it's Cox down the line. Or could be Takemoto down the line, and just causing problems in from the service line. She might be trying to get right in that seam between Cox and Takemoto. Force them to make a decision like that.
Goes at Cox this time, left side Takemoto. Covered off the block. The second try for Takemoto, down for the kill.
That first block attempt by Reed Gillette was really nice. She got her hands way over the net. That time, hands still on the Iolani side of the net and kind of loose on the tip. And that's how Punahou got the kill. Takemoto, yeah.
True Takemoto now back with the serve. Lee first ball, left side Kalama Kingma. Wong right there, good pass. Cox with the swing. We're gonna get the Raiders for being in the net there.
Looks like it was Reed Gillette. Punahou kept playing like they didn't hear the whistle. I couldn't hear the whistle as well, but I got headphones on.
Overpass on the serve, left side Cox. Lee, keep it up.
Swing at it. I don't mind that error. I like the aggressiveness out of the back row. She has to be like that. You don't want to just give an easy ball. Again, the Raider passing has been their Achilles heel right here in the first 20 points.
Kanilua right side, Reed Gillette. The center out there. She's able to get kill number 3.
That time a backside set, but Reed Gillette, instead of going off a 1 foot like they were practicing in warm-ups the slide, she went off a 2 and got a nice high tool kill along with the net.
Left side Cox. That's blocked and covered by the Buffanblu. Cox a second try. Dug up by Kalama Kingma. Left side Lee. Gets it sent back. Kini took most of that one. Mello jumped up with her.
Yeah, going up against that 6'3" middle blocker, you might want to think of challenging the line blocker a little bit more. Yeah, she takes up a lot of space above the net.
Jordan Wong back to serve. Into the front row, Evelyn Kilisi. Nakani Luo over on 2 with one hand behind her head and down for the kill.
Cute little back dump there into the left front corner. So here, Punahou in their last 5-1 rotation. See if Iolani can take advantage.
Wong with the dig on that swing. Cox goes line, misses wide.
She had a whole lot of angle with only one blocker up that time. Decided to try and cut that down the line, just wide.
Soma's serve just missed that baseline. Had a chance, missed it just long.
That's a good miss. You know, just long like that, couple of inches. Force the passers to make a decision. Oh, nice save. Get back up.
Left side, Cox. She took advantage of the block not getting there in time.
First of all, nice hustle by El Arsenal to make a play on that second ball. Again, they had forced them into scrambling defense, but Cox with a beautiful high reach and into the corner.
Kanilua, middle set to Lee, off of Wong, and down for the kill.
A little wrinkle there. Lee hitting a 2 in the middle. She's very comfortable hitting from that area of the net, having been a middle blocker before.
Left side, Cox, row shot. Kanilua right there, bumps it over to Ainu, left side, big swing. It's off the ceiling and down. But once again, Wong is right there.
Big swing by Kanilua, beautiful bump set by Taniguchi.
Serving 13. Raiders first to 15 here in set 1. Melo, middle set, Kilisi. Sorry, make that Saole, I think, was in the middle on that swing.
That was a borderline call. That time Arsenal blocked it, came on the Iolani side, and kind of stuck a little too long on her forearms. Called a lift.
Middle set to Ainu off the block and out.
You know, we saw them working on that in the warm-ups. 2s in the middle, the slides, and then the 2s in the middle. So far, the last two points by Iolani came off of that set. So that's a nice little wrinkle that they're including in the offense.
Takemoto first pass. A swing from Saole goes off the Raider blocking out.
Punahou sticking around here. Good battle so far, back and forth.
Taniguchi, Nakanilua left side, Klama Kingma. One of the buff and blue blockers got in the net there.
Seems like both sides in the net quite often here in these first 32 points. Our down ref quite active down there.
Melo tight at the net, middle set. Keeney with some heat on that one.
Great save by Melo. Very tight pass to the net. She jumped up and, you know, she wasn't in the front row yet, so she couldn't attack it. She couldn't dump it. But Iolani blocker was kind of hesitant there, and Keeney had a wide open net on the right side.
Shiyamasa went fastball on the serve, missed it just long.
Okay, this is the rotation, the serving rotation that was beneficial for the Raiders with Ainu serving.
And there's another ace, number 2 for her.
From our vantage point, you can see that ball go flat, then rise, and then just the bottom dropped out right at the end.
Extends the lead to 3, 19 serving 16, set 1 here. First ILH game for the Raiders. Melo tracks it down, puts it up on the left side. Taniguchi first ball, Nakanilua over on 2 with 2. Kill number 2 for her as well.
Assist from Taniguchi again. Understanding that Nakanilua was in the front row and she got her little bump dig close to the net. Now, if we can look back at that, that I think is illegal. It was. Taniguchi was in front of the 10-foot line and she got the dig, but Nakanilua attacked it off of that set. And the rules state that if a libero sets the ball in front of the 10-foot line, wait, I might be mistaken there. She did bump set it, so I think that might have been illegal. I gotta. I think I gotta refresh my rules. I gotta read up on the rules. I think that was okay. I think it was okay. It was a bump set. Kevin Wong, who's over there?
Not sure. Kevin Wong just walked in, and there's a game on Spectrum going on as well.
Punahou grad, maybe supporting the girls team here.
Middle set, Keeney. Trying to work off the block, missed it wide.
Yeah, so that time you got Kalama Kingma helping from the left side. Two blockers committing. We call it a commit block, just jumping with Keeney. Oh, that time she stayed down.
D-ball, Ainuu for the kill. Pretty set from Nakanilua. Set up Ainuu for that swing.
Coach Kainoa lets out a roar. You can tell that's probably something they worked on in practice as they switched from the 6-2 to the 5-1, using Ainuu out of the back row. She's still serving.
Takimoto swing. Sent back by Nakanilua on 2. Left side, Takimoto row shot. Ainuu, middle set read, Gillette. Kill number 4 for her. And that time, Bailey with the roar.
Yeah. Credit Reed Gillette for getting up on that kind of bang-bang play. Again, Ainuu serving and the Raiders making a run.
Back row swing for Cox, dug up, D-ball, Ainuu again. That's dug up off the block. Left side, Takimoto works off the block and down for kill number 3. A big side out there for the Buffanblu.
Ainuu scoring a lot from the service line in this first set. I want to say it's got to be about 9 points at least.
Look at the tape. Kalama Kingma gets it back. Left side swing. Down for the kill.
Great communication by Georgie Lee there, calling off Nakanilua and putting up a nice bump set for Kalama Kingma. Game point.
Raiders will free ball it over. And down for the kill.
Reed Gillette with the free ball bump kill into the corner. And the Raiders go wild. Oh, you gotta love it. She's still laughing about it.
And the Raiders take the first set 25-17. I have a feeling Honara is going to clip that and put that on her highlight reel. Kill number 5 is a bump kill. A free ball kill. What were your takeaways from that first set?
Well, I think it was a pretty even set, evenly played. And the difference we talked about already was Ainuu from the service line putting pressure. And I think the Raider 5-1 with Nakanilua coming through the front row was just a little more efficient than the Buffanblu 5-1. And they're still working on that, right? They're still getting used to that new wrinkle in the offense, and they're forced into that with the injury to Shea Tachibana. Well, other than that, it was close, right? You take away those 2 service runs by Ainu, and Punahou probably outscored Iolani for those sections. For the other 5 servers or other 11 servers on the court, Punahou outplayed Iolani, and credit Ainu.
I was having a little fun yesterday, trying to get a day off, Labor Day, and didn't have school.
Wait! You took a day off?
I came in. I was helping security for a little bit.
See, I knew you could. You can't stay away from this campus.
I went home
Carter.
and I started doing a little research, trying to see of these recent graduates of all these teams, how many of them are playing this past weekend. There's just too many to count. I found out there was. For the Raiders, we'll start with them. Callie Piper got some time. She was a libero, actually.
What?
So their starting libero was out this past weekend, and her and another freshman were rotating. They can dress 2 libs now in college.
Right.
Her and the other libero
awesome.
were switching out. Then you have another libero for the Buffanblu, Lulu Uluave for BYU. Then you saw Rella Binney getting some run as a serving specialist for Texas.
Uh-huh.
Then you have Callie Jo Shigemasa getting to Sept for Portland State. Then you have Ambry Hanohano helping Sept at Nevada. There's just a whole bunch of names. Moki Tufono still playing at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
The names just keep going for both of these 2 teams, and that's not including Kamehameha.
Right.
Mid-Pacific has girls playing in college as well, and it shows you the amount of talent we have here in the ILH.
My brain goes back just a little further to Elena Ogilvy, who's done at Stanford and went from being an all-state player of the year, 3 out of her 4 years as an outside hitter, and then she goes to Stanford and she's a libero, and probably now in the USA system.
Yeah. I think she's on one of the Love teams, that volleyball league that just started up.
Right, she is. My daughter got to see her play actually in Ohio.
Cox and Khaleesi right there. Maybe we get the block on Lee.
That's turning into a little mini battle here. Lee and Cox here on the near side of the net, near to us.
Mello with the serve. Bumps it over to Kalama Kingma. Dig by Takimoto, right side. Saole tried to go with the changeup. Needed a little bit more there. Now you're seeing some adjustments here from the Raiders. Now in the middle, Kaya Hadla in place of Arsenault. And you're also going to see Mary Kate Kawakami, who just checked in. Looks to be playing the back row for Georgie Lee. Middle set, Khaleesi dug up by Kawakami. Tight at the net and put down by Khaleesi.
Coach Kainoa, earlier this morning, I got to talk to him for a bit, and he said they had a couple of wrinkles that they were going to try with their lineup tonight. So, they go with the 5-1, which was slightly different from the 6-2 that they ran in the tournament. That was successful. Now they're getting a little more personnel in, different personnel.
Kaninlu, a one-hand set. Kalama Kingma off of 1 foot. Somehow he had enough real estate there. Got that swing off, got the kill.
So here it looks like Kalama Kingma is now in the opposite position. And they have Ainuu in an outside hitter position as a little wrinkle.
Tight at the net. Mello sets Khaleesi. Blocked back. Ainuu hits it over with the left. Takimoto with the swing. Kawakami with the dig. Left side Ainuu. Tip shot off the block. Khaleesi goes to the ground. Can't keep that up.
Again, here you have Reed Gillette, Ainuu, and Kalama Kingma in the front row. Just a little slightly different with where they're blocking. You got Taniguchi serving us. I was just going to say that's a great blocking lineup. And Reed Gillette, oh my goodness. Timing that perfectly, reaching into the perfect spot, and that ball might have hit the ground before Reed Gillette did. Wow.
Takemoto first ball, left side, gets it back. It's dug up. I knew with the swing, dug up by Wong. Takemoto is gonna miss long. Tried to get some high hands there.
She's almost forced to with Kalama Kingma and Reed Gillette in front of her, because that's a huge block for Takemoto to face.
And the tape works to Maddox's favor. Gets the ace there, extends the lead to 4. Tape assist there.
Yeah, Taniguchi should know that she's got their best block up at the net.
So be free balled over. Kawakami, Nakanilua, Reed Gillette on the slide. Diving save by Wong, sent back over. Left side, Ainuu off the block, right to the lower official.
Ooh, she looks comfortable out there on the left.
And another early timeout called by Coach Tita Ahuna. Raiders with, I believe, 6 in a row. Up 7-2. Took the first set 25-17.
Punahou might be just a little thrown off by the new rotation that Iolani's throwing at them. You know, they might have scouted the lineup from the tournament, which, like we said, was the same as far as where everybody was. The only thing changed was Ainuu hitting out of the back row instead of setting. But here you have, you know, a new middle that I don't think they saw Hadlock in the tournament. And you got Ainuu and Kalama Kingma switching positions. You got Kawakami in the back row, middle back, making some nice defensive plays. At the same time, they've got to worry about taking care of their side of the net, right? Ooh. Ouch. Out of the timeout, and with that huge block up at the net, I might have a little note for Maddox if I were the coach. Got to try and keep that in.
Aaron Lee checks in. Right at Ainuu. Back set right side. Kalama Kingma, that's dug up by Cox. Kanilua back set this time to the left side, and the block was waiting. Saole and Kini.
Well, that's one of the things that Coach Tita Ahuna said she was working on, trying to get their block a little bit more efficient, pressing across the net. That time they got Ainuu.
Middle set, Reed Gillette. It's slowed down by the tape a little bit, but not enough. Kill number 6 for her.
Again, I'm sorry, I apologize for sounding like a broken record, but you got Ainuu, you got Reed Gillette, and you got Kalama Kingma in the front row, and that time Kini was leaning towards Kalama Kingma, and that left the net wide open, nobody up for Reed Gillette.
Back comes Georgie Lee, playing the front row.
Yeah, I think she might have run to the line thinking she was back in the front row. So a little bit of an early sub, but she's fine there. Poor Mary Kate, though.
Takemoto tried to get it inside the antenna on that third ball. It was outside. Linesman was right on top of that one.
And Coach Kainoa gets Mary Kate back in. We'll see one more sub, probably in that position in the next rotation.
Kalamakima almost had that drop in the perfect spot, but it sailed a foot and a half long.
So here with Gillette and Ainu'u as the two front row hitters, you might see the spread here. Slide in the back and a shoot set. Oh, almost. Actually, they kept both hitters on the front side for that one. Unfortunately, the pass was overpass.
Six serving 9, Shigemasa. Right at Kawakami. Left side, Ainu'u. Off the block and down, also a net call in the middle of it.
Yeah, Ainu'u on Mello. If she goes over the line blocker on that, that's a good matchup for the Raiders.
Left side, Takimoto. Taniguchi keeps it alive. Gillette had hands this time. Dug up by the Buffanblu. Miscommunication there gives Takimoto kill number 5.
Those are little things that you work on in practice. You know, just get that calling out for the ball nice and loud. I think these girls are a little quiet by nature. Wow.
Lee with a big swing off the block just in front of the stands.
Mello got a touch on that, but Georgie Lee just hitting the ball way too hard for her to handle.
Now we're going to see Reed Gillette behind the service line. We didn't get to see her back there last year. Right side, Keeney into the net.
Reed Gillette. I'm not sure if she meant to go to that short left front spot. The ball looked like it went off the side of her hand and just happened to land there. She's facing down the line. Oh, see again, same thing off the side of her hand. She kind of, Coach Kainoa tells her that's okay. She's covering her mouth.
Almost the same reaction to her
bump
free
kill.
ball kill. Long with the serve. Ainu'u first ball. And Lee was pulling in closer to the middle.
Yeah. Looks like Lee was coming in for what we call a piggyback, right off the back of the middle attacker. Nakani Lua sent it out for a regular set on the outside into the pin.
Middle set, Hadlock.
Nice.
First swing, first kill. Kaya Hadlock.
Great decision by Nakani Lua. You know, perfect pass right to the circle. We call it the circle because it's a circle, right? Right to the middle of the court. She jumped up, had 2 blockers with her, and then she set it so that Hadlock only had 0.
Cox able to get that to go through the block.
Yeah, there's no stopping Cox. Cox is going to get her share of kills. You just got to try and slow her down a little bit. Oh.
And there's an ace off the left hand of McKenna Mello.
Punahou hanging tough here. Iolani shot out to an early lead, at least 5 points, I think.
Left side, Kalama Kingma right at Melo. Tracked down by Takimoto. Free ball over. Taniguchi Nakanilua. Left side, Kalama Kingma. Over the top and down.
You know, that time Punahou left side blocker got kind of caught outside, not helping. Again, you got some pretty good options in the front. Sometimes you just got to guess.
Right side, Kalama Kingma with that swing, blocked back. Cox and Khaleesi, third time. They've combined for a block there. Middle set, Hadla. She's batting 1,000.
I'd like to see that. She was struggling with an ankle injury earlier. You know, kind of took away some of her playing time or some of her opportunities. She's saying, "Coach, I'm ready."
Melo, left side, Takimoto. Off the block, dug up by Ainu'u. Backs it right side, Kalama Kingma. Off of Wong and down.
Looked like Wong was anticipating a roll shot or a tip shot. She started moving before the contact and then got caught kind of up high as she was moving.
Right side, Saole tip shot. Tipped right back down, Ainu'u.
Again, Taniguchi going on a little run of her own here with that big block for the Raiders. Just in the corner of the feed here on our huddle cam, you can see Iolani volleyball royalty holding his son. You got Kavika Shoji over there by the corner door. And I was lucky enough, my first year coaching volleyball here at Iolani, it was his senior year. And wow, what a treat it was to have him on the team, to watch him play. You know, I got a front row seat to watch him play. He was like a coach on the floor, which is not a shocker for anybody that knows the Shoji family. And he led us to the state final, where we kind of shocked Punahou in the first set. We beat them in the first set, and then eventually lost in 3. But that was a very fun year. Went on to play on the Olympic team a couple times. Not me, Kavika.
Saole on the right side. It's the side out of the timeout.
I like Saoli's celebration. She gets excited. Lots of happy smiles and excitement.
You can also watch her on the basketball court. She's a force for the Buffanblu. Erin Lee with the serve. Good pass there, right side. Kalama Kingma. That's kept alive.
Nice foot dig by Nakane Lua. Oh,
Pancake save Lee. Takimoto off the tape. Misses wide.
The linesman thought that ball was down off of the pancake. It doesn't matter because Iolani won the point anyway.
You've seen Nakane Lua do that kick save a few times, or at least try it. This might have been the second time I've seen it
So athletic.
actually work. Left side, Takimoto. Tight at the net, blocked in, covered by the Buffanblu. Second time for True. Put over with 2 hands. D-ball, Kalama Kingma. That's dug up. Solid swing into the net.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You like to see her, like seeing her being aggressive, but that ball was, not even to her right shoulder, so she had to step into the court and still try to swing at it.
Diving save, Ainu. Free ball over by the Raiders. Cox, Mello, right side, Saole. Cross court down. She's up to 6 kills.
Yeah, finding some success there on the right for the Buffanblu. Both blocking and hitting. Punahou's trying to eke away at this 5-point lead. A nice pass.
D-ball, Kalama Kingma. Missed it wide, didn't get a touch.
Kawakami, making the most of her serve reception. She's putting up some nice passes for Nakanilua.
Ainu from the left side, dug up by Takemoto. Bumps it to the back row. Cox with the swing. Kawakami another dig. Ainu dug up by Wong. Takemoto with her try, and that's the kill. They go to hype up Jordan Wong after that up.
Terrific up. She put herself in the perfect position. And with Ainu swinging, that ball's going to get on her very quickly. She was also able to kind of dive for it and put up a great dig.
Jordan Wong might just like playing in this gym. Last time we saw her, she was doing the same exact thing. Maybe the last time was a little more diving on the ground.
Yeah.
This time, she's just standing there, not moving her feet and just eating up these shots. And Wong, just a sophomore for this Buffanblu squad. Coach Kaino calls the first timeout of this second set that he used.
Some older volleyball fans might remember the name Lian Sato from the famous Sato family from Southern California. They had, I think, 4 of the siblings, at least 3 of the siblings play on the Olympic team for both the men and the women. And she would coach Santa Monica High and bring her teams down. And she talked about the main thing for a libero or defensive specialist, put yourself in the right position. And that's what you saw Wong do in that last one, and continuously all night.
The dig assist there to Kawakami. Kanelua went up with her left on 2, put it right back down. Big side out for the Raiders, keeps the lead at 4. Takemoto will bump it over to Cox out of the back row, dug up by Taniguchi. Bumps it over to Lee. Row shot right there is Wong. Left side, Takemoto. Dug up by the Raiders. Lee, second try. Right there, Wong, another dig. Free ball over. Ainu over on 2. Nakanilua gets kill number 4.
So it's nice to see when you're in a 5-1, that setter's live. It's nice to see her being aggressive and trying to contribute to the offense with her own offense.
Takemoto will swing off the bump set. Dug up by Lee. She'll take a try off the bump. Off of Takemoto and out.
Coach Kainoa has to be pleased with, this second set lineup and how they've pretty much had control for the whole set for the most part. I think Punahou was able to cut into the lead and down by 2 a couple of times.
Carmen Lowe gonna check in. Also coming in, Kennedy Lee. Out goes Mello and Shigemasa. Gonna run a 6-2 right here.
Yeah.
Middle set Kini, right there,
Nice.
Taniguchi. Ainu with the hands.
Nice.
The kill for Lee.
Nice. Started off with a great dig by Taniguchi. Right, nice and still. I think hammered by Kini on that one. And she kept the ball alive. You got a luxury with Ainu stepping in with those beautiful hands also.
Cox, good pass. Lee goes right side. Sakimoto down for the kill.
Nice little cut shot down the line by Takimoto.
Kanelua tried again. That time it caught the tape and it took it out of bounds.
Yeah, if it doesn't hit the tape, I think it lands in. I'll talk to her in class about that tomorrow.
Left side Lee going line. It goes off the antenna. Three in a row for the Buffanblu. They are within 4. 19 serving 23. Raiders took the first, 25-17. Tough serve from Takimoto. Forces an out ball on the return, which Kainoa will use the second timeout. Saw the lead cut to 3. Decided to call his second timeout. Takimoto. 3 serves in a row. Brings the Buffanblu within 3.
You know, I kind of mentioned that I'll talk to Bailey in class about it tomorrow. I feel so lucky that as an English teacher, I get to see some of these girls coming through my classroom for my poetry class, and you know, I get to learn more about them. I get to see the student side of the student athlete, and you know, all the different things that influence them, and you know, a little bit deeper into their family history and what makes them tick. So, you know, watching them out here on the court, you get one version of that person, but then, you know, getting to see them in class is really fun.
Music appreciation still a thing?
Still doing music appreciation, yeah. Carter Uechi, Finding Poetry graduate.
20 serving 23. Good pass there, Kalama Kingma, middle set, Reed Gillette. That's dug up. Bump set over to Cox. Able to find the court for the kill.
Takimoto got the nice middle back dig. They got lucky. Kini took a little while to turn around after the block, so it almost hit her on the head.
Takimoto misses wide.
Ooh. Coach Tito, who in a little frustrated, you can see her kind of exhale, and on that one they just get back into it, and then a service area error at 21-23.
Set point here, Reed Gillette, her serve misses wide.
That's an interesting twist there.
Second set point here for the Raiders, 22 serving 24. Jordan Wong will serve. Kalama Kingma, Nakanelua tight at the net. Joust is won by Nakanelua. The Raiders take the second set, 25-22. They go up 2 sets to none.
Nakanelua, you know, it's not necessarily the biggest person on those jousts that wins. It's the one who has the last push. And Nakanelua kind of savvy with that, keeping her hands up and just pushing that one last time to the Punahou side. Gave a little bit of a look across the net to Cox.
Those two have seen each other, was it 3 years in a row? Nakani Lua started for us, for the Raiders as a sophomore. Cox was on the team as a freshman for the Buffanblu. For the last 3 years, those two, among others here on the court, have been going at it. We say this every year when the Pipers, the Uluaves, all of them graduate, but it'll be weird next year when you don't have to call these names anymore.
Yes.
But for now, the Raiders have one more ride with both Taniguchi and Nakani Lua on the Buffanblu's side. Cox is a senior, Saole is a senior, Takemoto, Mello, Prieto Henna. Haven't seen her yet, but throughout Ankang, she rotated in as libero as well as a defensive specialist. Coach Tita Ahuna has pieces on her side that she can work in, and she has depth of her own. Maybe we'll see her try a little tweak here and there in this third set. But the Raiders' tweak in that second set worked as they go up 2-0. First set, they won 25-17. Second set, 25-22.
Well, you're mentioning all these former names earlier, former players in this league, and how, as good as they were as outside hitters or even a middle blocker in Cali Piper, they go to the next level. And, Hawaii volleyball has a reputation for producing really good ball handling. And this goes back, years and years and years. And so, coaches in the mainland who know, they make this a nice recruiting stop. And obviously with all those names that you said earlier, handling the ball in back rows across the country, it's really awesome to see.
There's one more name I forgot to mention earlier, but Kahea Moriwaki got her UH Wahine debut.
Oh, that's right.
The results didn't go probably as she would have hoped, but she got time all 3 nights. DS would come in to serve the first night for the middle, then worked her way to play in the back row for the outside on Saturday and Sunday. But Kahea just graduated from Punahou last year. She's getting her time over there.
You could hear, I was at the first night against Marquette, that marathon. But you could hear when she got her first dig, the crowd just kind of went they showed a little more excitement for it, knowing that was her first dig of her career. Uh-oh. A little bit of a miscommunication with Kilisi and Takemoto. Luckily, nobody got hurt there.
Mello back in right side. Takemoto gets the kill.
That time it looked like Kalama Kingma kind of cheated a little bit too much into the court. I think if she stayed deeper, she would have had a better chance of making that dig. Oh, nice.
Back set right side, Ainu. Rose shot right there's Wong. Left side, Cox through the block for the kill. With Georgie Lee coming up. Going airborne on that dive. Keep it alive off that tape.
I feel like we haven't really called Georgie Lee's name as much as we did in the past with on the offensive side. What a luxury to have other hitters that you can kind of rest Georgie Lee. You said she had 5 kills so far? Yeah.
There are 5 Raiders with 5 kills or more.
Ooh!
There's the block. Arsenal, Kalama Kingma.
That was all Kalama Kingma on that one. Straight down.
Mello left side, Cox. She was just floating up there on that one. Took a rip, got kill number 6.
Looks like Arsenault is back in the middle. And
Taimane back still at outside.
Taimane still at outside. Kalamakingma still at opposite. Uh-oh. Oh.
Aaron Lee.
Arsenault makes me nervous when she goes into the bleachers like that.
We might have to talk to Eddie Mariano and put some padding or something on the first row.
Oh, my God.
Middle set to Lee. Lee kept it alive. Aaron Lee, that is. No one could get that to that second ball, so Georgie Lee has kill number 6.
Again, what a luxury. You know, you got Arsenault, who was an outside hitter last year, a pin hitter last year. In that rotation, she stayed out on the right side, and you left Georgie Lee, who was a middle before, on the middle, hitting a 2 out of the middle. It's like you really got to scout them well if oh.
Reed Gillette is going to get herself an assist. She said, I knew in the back row. There was a double fist bump in there for Coach Kainoa as well.
She's filling the box score today. Bump kill, assist with the hands. There was one thing else she did. What else did she do earlier?
She did have the service error.
Oh,
did
that's
2
right.
of those.
That's right.
But filling that part of the stat sheet too.
Oh, nice dig by Nakanilua. Oh.
Cross court shot. Kalamakingma kill number 8.
Sharp angle by Kalamakingma right past Keeney's hand.
Six serving for Mello goes over on 2. Nakanilua there to sniff it out. Row shot dug up by Wong. Mello right side, Saole. Nakanilua another dig. Kalamakingma, that's dug up by Cox. He's gonna get a swing off the bump. Bailey came up a little early.
Yep.
And she knew it. Just out of the reach of her hands.
She knew it. Coach Kainoa knew it. That's Bailey being a senior. That's something that Coach Kainoa knows he doesn't have to point out to her. He knows that she knows. Just move on to the next play.
Kalamakingma with the swing. Behind the 3-meter line. That bump had pulled her off. Out of system swing.
From 15 feet. Roll shot into the Imu. I got to shout out Coach Tony Crabb, who taught me all about the Imu pit. That's where I got it from.
Left side, Kalamakingma. Takemoto tracks it down. Bumps it over to Cox. Double block is there. Nakanilua and Reed Gillette.
Again, Reed Gillette putting her hands across the plane of the net and getting that cross-court attempt by Cox. Coach Jared Yamamoto coming up to the sideline and giving instructions to the blockers.
Good second ball there from Coach Kainoa. But the kill goes to Kea Cox.
Here's maybe a little known fact. Before coming to Iolani, I was at Roosevelt High School. My first year teaching there, I had a class of 40 in my English 11 class. Jared Yamamoto was one of those people. I think that was 30 years ago.
Was that just regular English or another poetry class?
No, just regular English 11.
Kainilua right side. Reed Gillette got it blocked. Free ball back over by the Raiders. Wong, Mello to the slide for Keeney.
Reed Gillette making all kinds of plays.
And that time, Keeney, Mello jumping up. Keeney sent it back.
Gillette had a nice cover and then a nice play out of the net. Her teammates on the bench going wild when she's making those plays.
Mello gonna swing on two, dug up by Ainu'u. Nakanilua backpedaling the set. D-ball for Lee, and that works.
It seems like Coach Kainoa gets just a little more animated when he sees a kill out of the back row, knowing that, you know, if they have a consistent threat out of the back row from any one of those 3 pin hitters, they're going to be trouble for people.
Takemoto looking line, finds the court. Kill number 9 for True. We are knotted up at 9, set 3. Raiders up 2-0. First game for the Raiders in ILH play. Second game for the Buffanblu.
Good hustle.
There's an ace from Jordan Wong.
You know, but it's been kind of lighthearted here as far as my commentary, but Punahou Buffanblu, you know, they're right there in this set, ahead by 1.
Left side, Ainu'u. Misses it long.
Raiders are going to have to settle down here.
Now you're going to see Mary Kate check in for Poema.
Mary Kate, a solid passer.
They go right at her. Good pass there. Left side, Ainu'u. Tip shot. Mello on the swing on 2. Reed Gillette. Kill number 7. And she was ready for that one.
Excellent job by Nakanilua. She just has a really good feel for when she should dump and when she should jump set and set. She's got the Punahou middles scratching their heads at times.
And Kylie Soma gets the ace. We are tied at 11.
Nice float on that ball by Kylie. You know, if you get a really stiff wrist and you pop that ball, it can float all over the place.
Clocks to the ground, passes that. Mello puts it over on 2. D-ball Lee into the net.
That time, Nakanilua kind of looked back to make sure Georgie was ready. Took her eye off the ball, and then the set probably needed just a couple more inches of height for Georgie to you know, get it across the net.
Left side, Ainu'u. Right there, sitting in line was Mello. Takemoto with the swing, dug up by Kawakami. Second swing
Nice.
for Ainu'u.
Touch, yeah.
Gets the touch.
Oh, that was a switch. This is the switch. I think they got Georgie Lee in the opposite position now. And Ainu'u and Kalama Kingma in the outside hitter positions.
Mello, her momentum took her into the bleachers, but put it up on a bump set for Takemoto for the kill.
It's another little wrinkle for the Raiders.
Right side, Ainu'u off of Takemoto for the kill. Ainuu, the first Raider in double figures with 10. Takemoto has 10 kills for the Buffanblu. Now Ainuu gonna look to go on another run from behind the service line. Left side, Cox. Dug up by Ainuu. Right side, Lee. Buffanblu on the attack now. Saole, big swing for the kill.
Again, Kalama Kingma kind of cheating towards the middle, needing to help with Kilisi, and then just a little late out to the pin.
Arsenal, her swing dug up by Mello. Saole will free ball it over. Taniguchi, Nakanilua. Backs it right side, Lee. Off the block. And off of Kalama Kingma's arm. Buffanblu are stacking points. They are up by 2.
Yep. Mello and Saole and Cox real showing their grit here, fighting.
Kalama Kingma, big swing there, gets the Raiders a side out. Buffanblu, according to my unofficial stats, out blocking the Raiders 7-6.
I trust your stats there, Carter.
Mello bumps it over right side, Saole. Nice. That swing is dug up. Kalama Kingma will try again, cross court. Looking for a touch, not gonna get it.
Similar to Bailey's earlier dump attempt that hit the tape and landed out. That time Kalama Kingma tried that angle again and it hit the tape and kind of flew out.
Middle set, Reed Gillette. This is that wide. Coach Kaino whistle for the first timeout of this third set. Raiders down by 3, 17-14. Buffanblu trying to force a fourth.
Yeah, that time on that play, again, Nakanilua jump set. She's in the back row that time, so she can't dump. She doesn't have that option. But she's been doing it so often that Keeney jumped with her. And that left Reed Gillette with an open net. Unfortunately, she cut it out of bounds. But right as that timeout started, you had 2 of the coaches come up to Keeney and say, hey, she's in the back row. You can't jump with her. Or, you know, you got to make sure you stay on Reed Gillette. See if the Raiders can make use of this timeout.
Cameron Shigimasa still back behind the service line here. Trying to extend this Buffanblu lead. 17 serving 14. Shigimasa gets an ace. And off the platform of Kalama Kingma. The third Buffanblu ace of the third set. 5 overall.
Coach Kainoa switches the reception lineup, taking Kalama Kingma out. Going with Lee, Taniguchi, and Ainuu.
Free ball over Wong, left side, Cox through the block and down.
Punahou dominating this section of the set.
Lead grows to 5. Buffanblu trying to be the first to 20 here in this third set. That serve.
Just missed long. Look for any transition set to go out here to Kalama Kingma, who's going to have Mello on her as a blocker.
Left side, Cox with the left. Tools the block.
It's a good opportunity for the Raiders to show some grit and come together a little bit more. Try to keep communicating. Great pass.
Little set, read Gillette. And Keeney was up with her. Takemoto jumped up as well, but Keeney took most of that one.
Yeah, so that little talk with Keeney by the two coaches worked on that one, but Nakani Lua is in the front row too at this point.
One more swing, didn't get over the tape. The Buffanblu go up by 7. Second timeout called by the Raiders here. Punahou 3 points away from forcing a fourth.
Buffanblu really, they're continuing to serve tough from the back line and causing trouble for the Raider passers, and as a result for the Raider offense at times becoming predictable. When they did get a good pass right into the center circle, Punahou again with a good job of identifying that Nakani Lua was in the front row and knowing that she was going to go to Reed Gillette on that one.
Speaking of Kahea Moriwaki, she just walked in and walked right in front of us. Donning the Wahine volleyball sweatshirt.
Yeah, sweatshirt. I like that. It's got the islands right on the hood.
Trying to see if that's some Nike apparel or what brand that is. I couldn't see. But in front of us, Buffanblu up by 7, 22 serving 15. Oh. So he put over with 2 hands by Ainu'u. Keeney on the slide. Gets it blocked back, covered by the Buffanblu. Takemoto with the swing. Off of Kalama Kingma for the kill.
Yeah, at this point, down 8 with Punahou 2 points away. You just want to try and get back into a rhythm if you're the Raiders. Kind of steady out your passing. Looking forward to set 4.
Kalama Kingma swing is dug up by Cox. Left side, Takemoto. To be hit over by Nakani Lua. Cox, Mello swinging on 2. Gets the kill.
I'd like to see the girls on the Raiders side talk a little bit more when they're down in these situations. Like, don't go quiet.
Left side, Kalama Kingma.
Oh, nice.
Line shot, finds that corner.
Again, try and get a little bit of the momentum back on the Raiders side at this point. See if they can steal a couple of points. They got Mello in the front row.
One hand set to Keeney, off the block for the kill. Buffanblu takes set 3, 25-16. They do force a fourth. Extra volleyball here in the lower gym.
Yeah, it was close up to the midpoint there, right around 15 all or something like that. And the Buffanblu just pulled away. Again, tough serving from the back line. Great blocking, great defense, great transition from Punahou to earn all of those points.
Don't want to look ahead, but I will and just talk about these teams' next matches. The Raiders Saturday will take on Kamehameha at Kekuhaupio Gymnasium. 2:30. First serve over there. Punahou's next game at Hemmeter Fieldhouse. They have 2 more this week. HBA 6:15 on Thursday. Mid-Pacific 9 a.m. on Saturday. A lot of volleyball this week for both sides. Buffanblu playing 3 games this week. The Raiders playing 2. But that 3 games is going to be kind of the new norm for a little bit. I believe both of these teams and Kamehameha or all 3 going up to Durango this year. So there is that little break between 9/16 and 9/22 where these teams are going to be traveling, coming back. Maybe they play on that Monday. Maybe they play on that Tuesday that they come back. But the ILH able to work around those trips for all these teams.
Yeah, great. That's a great mid-season test for all these teams that go up, right? Going against those mainland teams. Our early season Ankang is similar, but Durango's that's another beast, man. That's some really good competition up there.
Also this week, water polo first game here at the pool, 7 o'clock against Punahou.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars there. No football. It's a bye week for a football team. Another thing I was doing during Ankang, we were talking about the caliber of teams that came down.
Yeah.
The most recent rankings that came out today: Byron Nelson was 1, Sierra Canyon now 2, Redondo at 7, Cornerstone Christian at 8, Miracosta at 9. So you have 5 teams in the top 9.
On top 9, yeah.
Iolani came in at 25. And Kamehameha coming in at 30th. And also on the list, Bishop Gorman coming in at 42.
Wow.
The Buffanblu defeated Bishop Gorman in straight sets, 2-0. But there was a piece missing from that Bishop Gorman team that is now back. Ayana Watson, her and Audrey Flanagan from Miracosta, both are playing with the USA U19 team during Ankang, so we didn't get to see them.
That's why I love working with you and John. You guys are just fountains of information. So awesome.
Raiders going back to Hadlock in the middle. Mello to serve to start things off. This will be free ball over. Saole, Mello left side, Takimoto off the block for the kill.
Again, the Raider passing is causing themselves, or causing trouble for themselves. In full scramble mode right on the first touch. Let's see if they can settle down.
The Kanilua right side Lee. That's dug up by Mello. Free ball over. Kalama Kingma. The Kanilua. Left side Ainu. Push with the left. Able to get that to drop.
Smart shot with the left hand, trying not to force a swing on a not so perfect set. Coach Kainoa with this floor wipe calls Nakanilua over to him, trying to settle her down. Usually a coach will say, hey, let's just make sure we get some swings, right? We got great athletes, great weapons. Give them something to swing at.
One apiece in set 4. Cox with the first ball. Bumps it over to Saole on the left side. Cross-court shot, misses wide.
Slightly out of system for Punahou on that first touch. Saole has to swing from 10 feet back and just goes wide cross court.
Tough serve, pass by Wong. Free ball over, Nakani Lua, back set right side, Ainu'u. Cox eats that up, now takes a swing out of the back row, blocked by Hadlock, and down. Kaya Hadlock, solo stuff.
Kaya Hadlock. You might be able to hear Kaya's mom cheering and yelling for her daughter.
Should give her a
Don't
headset
kick me.
right there, sitting right next to you.
Oh,
Right
nice.
there, Kalama Kingma and Hadlock that time, jumping up.
Coach Kainoa going back to a slightly different lineup here. I think Ainu'u is back to being opposite Nakanelua. Got Georgie Lee back into an outside hitter position. And Kalama Kingma in that second outside hitter position. Nice to have interchangeable parts.
Left side, Kalama Kingma. Big swing off the block.
You know, at that point, if I'm an opposing coach, you can't really scout for the lineup. You just kind of have to scout individual hitters and what their tendencies are. You know, she likes to hit cross court from the left front, or she likes to hit line from the right side.
Ainu'u on the overpass. Money.
Well, here's that huge block in front for the Raiders, along with Taniguchi at the service line.
He's right at Cox again. Right side, Saole goes over the block. Is she going to get a touch? No.
No touch. Good decision by Nakane Lua. On the floor, arm outstretched, almost took that dig. Decided to let it go and watched it go inches wide.
Coach Tita Ahuna.
And then looked straight at the linesperson. Carter, with all his technology, going backwards in the tape to see the play.
3 in a row for the Raiders. Extends the lead to 5. Forces the first Buffanblu timeout.
Again, luxury for Coach Kainoa to be able to do this with all his pieces. It's just going to make Iolani a really tough out for anybody in the league.
4 different sets, 4 different lineups.
Yeah.
I look to my left. I have Kamehameha Mid-Pacific game on. Kamehameha, the defending, 2-time defending state champs. Up 2 sets to none on the Owls, and up in the third set, 19-15. 6 points away from getting the sweep down there. Out of that timeout, Maddox Taniguchi still serving.
This time she keeps the serve in off of the timeout. Oh.
Cox with the rip through the block and down.
Cox with an exclamation point. Hit that ball right in the seam between the 2 blockers. Turns to her team and says, let's go. We're not out of this yet. We'll see. We'll see how her teammates respond.
Lama came in with the pass. Gets it back on the left side. Tip shot. Mello. Diving save. Free ball over. Lee. Nakani Lua. Right side. Ainu off the block. And into the antenna.
You know, it's a little simple thing that she does there with her wrist. She's facing the cross-court angle. And then at the highest point, she's going to go turn that thumb down a little bit and go off the side of the Punahou block. Really advanced hitter.
Cox had 1 blocker on her. Not enough to stop her. Kill number 12 for Kea Cox.
Nice high hit. Cleared the net by at least 3 inches, and she still went deep into the court. A lot of hitters will try and bring the ball down with only one blocker up.
D-ball Ainu into the net.
Yeah, I think the timing on all of these D-balls, most times it feels like that set is a little lower than the hitter is expecting, which is great if you can get that timing down. But I think Coach Kainoa probably wants a little bit more air under that ball.
Middle set, Reed Gillette. Just hit that one, dug up by Cox. Mama Kingma in for the dig. Over on 2 by Nakani Lua. Mello this time swings on 2. Off the block and down. Kill number 2 for her.
Wow, Mello from the 5-foot line, which is probably farther out than you'd want a setter to attack from. But with that left-handed attack, it's very comfortable for her. It's not just a tip over. She's a little foot fault there. For Shigemasa.
Overpass on the serve, right side, the slide to Reed Gillette. Didn't have enough on that one.
You know, as they run that 5-1, you might see them take that slide out of the offense and keep Reed Gillette in the middle because you got Ainuu on the D set for that part of the net.
Bump set over to Lee on the left side, dug up by Takimoto. Kini with the bump set. Takimoto gets it over on 3. Left side, Lee. Takimoto second try. Off the block and out. They didn't get a touch on the block. Raiders get a side out.
That's becoming more popular, that push dink. Or, you know, just kind of pushing the ball. Oh.
That time Mello in the front row tried to go over on 2, but her hands got caught at the top of the net. This time left side, True with the swing. Somo with the dig. Lee off the block. Bump set over to Takimoto. Somo there again. Ainuu takes the first ball. Nakani Lua goes outside. Lee.
Oh, Cox. Ooh.
Nakani Lua over on 2.
Oh. Lots of scrambling. Oh. Oh.
Nakani Lua. So we hit over on 2 with 2 by Ainuu. Blocked back, covered by the Buffanblu. Takimoto left side. Off the block,
wow.
This time down. And both teams can exhale after that one.
What a rally. A little bit of what we used to call jungle ball there. Kind of back and forth on 2, slapping the ball all over the place. But exciting long rally.
8 serving 11. Wong with the serve. Ainuu first ball. Pipe set. Kalama Kingma, one-hand save. Shigemasa. Free ball over. Nakani Lua middle set, Hadlock. That's dug up. Back row swing for Cox. Raiders on the attack again. Lee gets it sent back. Kilisi took the majority of that one, but Mello jumped up with her.
Shigemasa making lots of plays in the right back position. Just in the last few points, she's probably got about at least 4 or 5 digs.
The Raiders call their first timeout of the 4th set. They're up by 2, 11-9. The lead at one point was 7-2. That was when Coach Tita Ahuna called the first timeout.
We got a little music going here in this timeout. Did I miss anything? Is this the first time?
I think so. I don't remember hearing music before this.
Yeah, and Coach Kyle's not even at the desk. Somebody's running it.
I was told by co-athletic director Eddie Maruyama that he was waiting for a microphone to be given to him. So
to sing, or what was he wanting?
There was talks about an interview. There was also talks about him singing. I haven't seen him around recently, but
I can tolerate the interview part, but I'm not so sure. I would trust the singing part with Coach Eddie. Stellar athletic director, along with Mo Maggiolino and Coach Wendell Look.
Kanilua middle set Hadlock.
Hey!
Now she's hitting 750. Her last swing was dug up. But 3 kills. 1.5 blocks for Kaya Hadlock.
Cutting that back into area 1. Efficient with her offense.
Mello, middle set to Kilisi. Little low into the net.
Yeah, Mello knew it right away. She kind of slammed the ball into the ground in disgust. She just kind of apologized to Kilisi.
Left side, Sakimoto. Nakanilua keeps it up. Right side for Lee. Side to the net. Mello's going to swing on 2. Not going to get a touch.
Cox is excellent back there in the middle back. She digs a lot of balls.
That might be one that plays outside here and could transition to a libero in college. Back row swing for Cox. Finds the court.
Just be a player, right? Just be a volleyball player. I'm trying to think who has from Hawaii volleyball has become an attacker, and I'm thinking Devin might be the only one that I can remember. He's not a setter or libero in college.
Left side, Ainu'u, big swing. Dug up by Wong, sent back over. Right side, Lee.
There's Cox.
Playing that out. Left side, Takemoto got it blocked. And that did find the court.
Close one. If it was out, it might have found Takemoto's foot or shoelace.
Senna Roberts Navarro is one that's playing
there you go.
outside at Seton Hall.
There you go. See, I knew I could rely on you to find somebody.
Middle set, Kilisi. That's blocked and covered by the Buffanblu. Left side, Saoli. Her tip shot goes wide. I got a little help with another one. Maui Robbins is also an attacker.
Yeah.
Nell Piper texted me that one. Maui Robbins at Portland with Cali.
See that Iolani community? That's one team right there. Thank you for that information.
Coach Tita Ahuna calls her second timeout of the 4th set. Raiders up by 6, 16-10.
So now that you bring her name up, she was amazing as a player in college. And well, all through her years at Kamehameha, playing volleyball, basketball, softball, probably all-state in all 3 of those. But then going on to University of Hawaii, we graduated in the same year back in '84, and I got to go play for UH. On the men's side, she went to the Wahine side. And she was a hammer. She was unbelievable as probably an undersized outside hitter, but so athletic and so strong.
A 2-time AVCA All-American.
Yep.
A national champion as well.
Yeah.
And as a coach.
Yes.
With HBU on 2 national championships.
And such a nice person, too.
Bumps it over to Takemoto. Cross-court swing dug up by Taniguchi. Kalama Kingma. No swing dug up by Melo. Second try for True. This is that long.
True again trying to go high hands there. Could not find any fingers.
(17 serving 10).
Oh, no whistle.
I heard Coach Kainoa say that
Great
one.
serve. Just wait for the whistle. I would serve on the same line and try and drop it short here, but I'm not Georgie.
Was that Cox left side low with the swing?
He tried to go right at low on the last serve, without the whistle. She just got subbed in. Here you see Cox pushing her all the way to the sideline so she could take more court. They basically have only 2 passers back there.
Overpass, Hadlock puts it down.
Excellent job by Georgie to find low. Here comes Takemoto back into the passing formation. Coach Ahuna without any timeouts left. Can only do subbing.
Melo goes left side, Takemoto gets it blocked. Sent back over. Kainalua right side, Ainu tip shot. Melo sets True again.
Oh, nice.
Cross-court dig, Taniguchi. Kalama Kingma cross-court, misses wide, no touch.
Great job by Georgie Lee to extend the lead to 9 at that point. Now 8 as a on serve receive. Here's where the Raiders, all they have to do is side out 6 times to get the victory.
Hadlock kick save.
Oh.
Little too much power from that right foot from the Kainalua. Hit off the speaker system here and onto the Buffanblu side. It could hit the rafters and all of that. We've seen that before. Just can't cross over the net.
Sometimes on that perfect pass right to the circle, right to the middle of the court, you might not want to go to the middle. You might want to spread it out and go to the pins on those.
2 blocks in a row, Kilisi and Sole. Buffanblu winning the block battle tonight. 13 serving 19. Taniguchi, good pass, right side, Ainu hammers it off the block for the kill.
Perfect pass by Taniguchi. And they rotate into this big blocking lineup along with Taniguchi serving from the back line. Perfect time to extend this lead closer to 25.
Melo left side, Cox. Throw shot dug up by Lee. Kilisi gets called for being in the net there.
Ooh. Looked like the ball hit the net. And maybe if she net, the ball hit the net into her arm. That's a tough call for Coach Tita.
Right side, Sole with the swing. Covered off the block by the Raiders. This will be free balled over. Overpass, swinging on that. Kalama Kingma for the kill.
Smart little free ball right to the 10-foot line. Sometimes the front row hitters are backing out and they're thinking about hitting before handling that ball. Takemoto had to come all the way from middle back, and that caused her overpass.
Melo middle set, Kilisi.
Great
was
swing
off
by
of Reed
KBC.
Gillette for the kill. She only has 2 kills, but she's been a part of 6 blocks, making her presence felt that way. Also a member of the flag football team for the Buffanblu. Right side, Ainu, row shot. Dug up by Saole. Left side, Cox.
Oh, nice. Oh, come on.
Ivy hit, free ball back over. Middle set, Kini. Nakanilua first ball. Bump set over to Ainu. Big swing off the block. Cox row shot, kept alive. Right side, Ainu. Tip shot, perfectly placed.
Wow. That's a heads-up play by her. Her last tip shot, Punahou was all over it, short behind the block. That time she pushed it to right front, right where the Punahou defender used to be.
23 serving 14. Ainu with the serve. Mello goes middle. It wasn't touched. Raiders get the point. They got past Kini. No one was able to hit it over after that. It's aloha ball for the Raiders, 24-14. Ainu with the serve. Cox first ball. Mello goes back to Cox on the left side through the block and down.
Again, I said it earlier. You're not going to stop her. You can only try and slow her down. She put some heat on that ball. The Raiders have, one play for the game, for the match. Oh,
the serve goes into the net. The Raiders take the match. 25-17 in the first, 25-22 in the second. They dropped the third. 25-16, and they took the fourth, 25-15. The first ILH game for the Raiders. It was a fun one.
yeah, very fun. I think as I'm reflecting on the last time we called the game for these two opponents in the tournament, Punahou showed that they were very close to Iolani. It's nice to see what Coach Kainoa wanted to work on, which is kind of mixing up his lineups, kind of using more players, trying to see who's going to respond under pressure, who's going to be in the passing rotation, all those little things, getting them comfortable in different spots. And then for Coach Tita on the Punahou side, dealing with that injury and trying to get her team comfortable with a new lineup because of the injury. Mello was impressive here as a front row attacker with that left-handed swing. You got Cox, who's doing all of the Cox things that she does, digging from middle back, swinging away. You got Kini, you got Saole, you got Takemoto. And then you got Wong there digging up everything. So I'm looking for Punahou to continue to get better as they get more comfortable in that rotation. But again, on the Iolani side, Coach Kainoa has to be happy that each of his four new lineups showed some hope and some promise.
The Raiders got contributions from all 3 of their middles. Anara Reed Gillette led the way, 7 kills, 2 block solos, 2 block assists. Had an assist, also had 2 service errors. We saw her for the first time that I've seen behind the service line.
Free ball
bump kill. And then you had Kaya Hadlock in her 2 sets that she played, 4 kills, 1.5 blocks. El Arsenal in her 2 sets had 2 block assists as well. Raiders on offense. Ainuu had 15 kills. Kalama Kingma had 13. They led the way. Georgie Lee had 7 kills. Not quite the output we were seeing throughout Ankang, but didn't take as many swings as we also saw during Ankang.
Yep.
The Raiders also, like you talked about, can tinker more with those lineups.
Yeah.
Send the sets a host of other ways as well.
And what that does as an opposing coach, I'm going into a match against Iolani going, oh my goodness, I'm not sure what to prepare for. I know who to prepare for the most part. I'm not sure what to prepare for. Kind of talked about it earlier, where the scouting report changes from rotation by rotation to individual hitter by individual hitter. And the advantage for Coach Kainoa is whatever rotation they throw out there, he can look for mismatches. Who's got a weak blocker on the other side of the net? How can we isolate that person? So it's a luxury to have. You might as well use that depth. Otherwise, it's not depth, right? So nice job, great first match for the Raiders. I look for Punahou to continue to improve as they deal with that injury.
We talked about
Punahou's
trying to slow down. The opponent's trying to slow down. Kia Cox, she finishes with 13 kills. Takimoto had 12. Saole had 7. Then on the blocking side, 11 total blocks. They won the blocking battle tonight. The Raiders won the blocking battle back when they've played in Ankang. Tonight, the Raiders win in 4, 25-17, 25-22. Lost the third 16-25. And won the fourth 25-15. Raiders next play on Saturday, Keiku Haupio Gymnasium, taking on the 2-time defending state champs, Kamehameha Warriors. Buffanblu next game Thursday, HBA 6:15, Hemeter Fieldhouse. Not sure yet when the next time you'll hear from us, but until then, Carter Wechi, Mike Among signing off from the Lord Gym, saying aloha.
Aloha, everyone.